I'm sorry, are you addressing me? Because your authority is not recognized in Fort Kickass.
Are not rubbers.
Oh my God. Okay, yes, you can rub them, but just please don't hurt my
He
family.
mean we're not robbers.
Oh.
Right on, and welcome to Friday Night Rocks. Obviously, this is in lieu of Music Saturday because tomorrow Mike and I are both busy, so we're doing this to kind of fill you waking up with good music, phrasing. But anyways, so we have a lot of good tunes tonight, a few newer ones, a few old ones, and we're saving the new ones for Music Saturday, which next Saturday we'll have Terry from Q Cliche on, which will be a lot of fun. And they are currently working on a new EP, and it should be out, I think he said January. So,
nice.
So it won't be long. And
Nice. Well,
so
that last one was brilliant, so I'm looking forward to the new one.
oh, exactly. You know, and I know he sent it to you as well, but he sent me one of the versions, like a rough draft of the new song. And no, he asked our opinions on it, and fair enough. And you know, I was listening to it, and like I wanted to make sure, like I told him, like kind of flat out, said, remember, this is just only my opinion, you know, and you gotta remember, I'm coming from a fan / average guitar standpoint here, so you know, they're just, I mean, I may well, not criticize, but I do review music, but you know, it's from what I've known, what I've learned and picked up over the years. So I just want to make sure that was absolutely clear, so you didn't feel like I was kind of like being mean. Not that it really was, but you know, because we talked about the vocals a little bit. It's like, well, personally, you know, I was like, well, I would do blah 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 this, and it's like okay, you know what? He goes, you know what? He goes, well, I said they're not, man. Because I'm redoing my vocals completely on that song. It's like, okay, well, fair enough.
There you go.
So, but it was nothing with what I said. He'd mentioned that in the message he sent, saying that there was a possibility that he might be doing that, and sure enough, and you know what, I'm kind of glad he made that decision, and because it is a good song, but you know what, that was a smart move. Like, I haven't heard the new version. I don't think you have either, Mike. So. No. Anyways, so he'll be on our show next Saturday, so we'll be back at 5:30, maybe 5, so 10:30ish, like. But we'll keep you in tune, let you know what's going on there. And
we'll give everyone a time, and then we'll start 15 minutes later.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's the way we roll, and it really is not on purpose. It's just kind of the way it happens. So we don't intentionally try to start late, but so it's probably a good thing we're not getting paid for it, right?
Yeah.
Well, not yet, at least. Soon enough, but
it's all good. I think my favourite one was when we started about 40 minutes late because we phoned each other 5-10 minutes before the show was due to start and realised we hadn't loaded any of the songs.
Yo, my God.
Brilliant night.
I felt so bad with that one. I was like, how did I do that? I was like, oh, good to go. No, I'm so far ahead. I was like, oh man, I haven't uploaded the songs. Like, ah.
That was one of those weeks where it was like the playlist was ready by the Wednesday, and we were like, "This is so easy. This is great this week."
Yeah. Oh, groovy baby, right?
Yeah.
So, so yeah, just before we get to our first song here, yesterday, Mike G, a good friend of mine, he's been on the show many times, and so he was over yesterday because yesterday, even though we're in Canada, was American Thanksgiving. So we watched a bit of football. So we watched our team, the Lions, play the Vikings, and the Vikings have a great team this year. I mean, it sucked that they lost, but it was annoying because now we're watching because we're just about to leave, so just about to take him home because he had a quick procedure done. I'm not going to go into detail with that one, but so he had that done. So we relaxed in my place, and so we're just about to leave, just about to take him home, and there's about 2 minutes left in the game, and then the Vikings go for a field goal. Lions block it. Recover the ball, go all the way, and touchdown. What happens? Flag in the play, false start. Fuck. I was like, okay. So I was like, no, Mike, now we can go.
Yeah.
Because we both know when leaves, like, oh, go. He's so pumped up. And the final play is like, false start. It's like, oh my God. And you know, it's one of those things, there was no question. It was like plain and obvious. Like, there's no mistaking it. It's like, man, you idiot. And of course, the week before, they're playing the Cleveland Browns. The Cleveland Browns are now 0-9 because the Lions beat them last weekend. But it was a decent game because it went back and forth. But a couple of times, like I don't do this all the time, but once in a while it happens. I'm watching it, and of course I start kind of yelling at the TV. Obviously, they can't hear me, know what the hell I'm saying, or can't even see me. So, but I was like, why is there a problem? They're 0-8. And I'm looking, and it's like, Slay, where were you? Like, why weren't you covering him? He was completely open. Like, oh my god.
I can imagine you having a sort of cane and bashing the top of the telly.
Oh no, not that bad. And
One day.
okay, well, this is an old school a British TV. This isn't Faulty Tower. if I had a cane hit my TV, that they would break into like a million pieces.
That's true. Yeah.
And I never get even close to being that mad at the TV for a game, because it is just a game. So, and more or less just sitting in my chair going, kind of grumbling. I'm not going to go into some of the stuff I do say, because it gets pretty vulgar. So maybe a little too vulgar for these airwaves, but So, but it's only once in a while that it happens, and it's one of those things. And I'm not the only person that does it. I think people do it repeatedly, like every single game. Like, oh, what were you thinking? Like, and of course, everybody's a critic, and they can do so much better too, right?
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah. So
goes without saying.
I'll admit it. I am not a football player in the least. There's no way I could do that ever. So, anyways.
No, this is it. Yeah, but everyone's the same. You watch something, and if you're into it, and you're following a team and you're supporting them, you are sitting there telling them exactly what they should be doing, knowing full well that you can't do it.
Yeah, exactly. And we're also not getting paid millions of dollars to do this as well, right? So.
Yeah, exactly. There you go.
All right. Well, here's our first song, and the first few are some older ones, so not really old, but some of our favorite bands, and it's a little bit heavier to start here. So the first band of the night is a band called Return to Void. This one's called All of Confusion. Dig this.
Take my hand and come with me. Look behind understand and never be afraid. Sing me the songs and sing me those rhymes. Sing me the songs through the silence. Sing me the 7 songs, the 7 and no more. Sing me the song through the silence.
Return to Void with all confusion. You know what? I was sure they had Twitter, so either my internet's messing up or I'm messing up their Twitter account. So they got their Facebook and YouTube and stuff like that, but I can't find their Twitter. And I thought it was RBT Band.
RTV band, I think it is.
So I'll try that right now, see if that works, because it wasn't working initially, but they are really cool, and they're from Finland, and they're off of Inverse Records, and Inverse Records have yeah, you were right, Mike, got it.
Yay.
So they play their label is Inverse Records, and Inverse has sent us a lot of good stuff, like a lot of good music. So, and most of the bands are Finnish, but they're really, really good. So Return to the Void was just kind of really rock and roll. Like I said at the very, very beginning, man, that was one of my favorite guitar riffs ever. It's just so catchy, and it's such a clean but heavy riff.
Yeah, and that whole album was absolutely fantastic. Like every single track on that's a winner, and it's got that kind of heavy rock moving into metal, really kind of almost, again, classic rock, new wave of British heavy metal style vocals. The guitar solos are brilliant throughout the whole thing. There's loads of wah pedals and loads of really cool riffs. It's just top quality, and that's my favourite track on the album. I love that track, so I was really glad when you picked that one.
Same here. That's exactly why I picked that one, actually.
Yeah, it's bang on, isn't it? It's just like one of those tracks where you're like, oh, I think that might be the perfect song. But yeah, it's just, they're a top quality band. I definitely want to end up in Finland one day watching them somewhere.
Well, right, and I'm thinking in the next year or so, because like I've already booked my vacation for the year, that hopefully I'll make it down. I mean, there's a few places I want to go. I'd like to go down south in April, but it's not a big thing. I mean, I want to get to China and visit my brother, but I also want to get to the UK and visit you down there. So
awesome, please do, man.
Because I know I have a couch stand for a few days, which I actually will be doing on Mike G's couch in about a week and a bit until I get my new place. So hooray! But either way. Yeah. So, actually, speaking of which, Mike G will be joining us for next Saturday's NMS when we interview Terry. So, he'll probably just sit silent. He might ask a few questions, but he'll probably keep quiet till we get to reviewing the songs.
Or I can give him 10 minutes and he'll say something.
Yeah, exactly. No, I said, well, I was like, man, that song was about 15 minutes ago. Still, man, but, here, listen to this. You got to check this out, right?
I love Mike G. He's such a legend.
Well, it was funny too because when we were sitting waiting to do this procedure. Of course, we're joking around, right? And people start looking at us because Mike and I we get along so well, just like you and I do. And as soon as we make jokes, and we're constantly going to work, we're constantly on and joking around, right? And people start looking because all you hear is Mike going no, then they hear me almost kind of like a Peter Griffin, like yeah. So people like looking over, is like, oh, hello. In my defense, it was his fault, But either way, it's one of those things, and we always have Mike can always have a good time like that. So it should be an interesting 10 days. So next band up, because I've been doing a lot of yapping tonight, probably because it's been a rough week, but what have you. Whatever works. Anyways, I got some wrong wording tonight. My grammar is sucking. But anyways. Point being is next.
Phrasing.
Yeah, right. So next up, we're going to get to another band, and I'm pretty sure they're off Inverse as well. And the band's called Freedom Fuel.